could lose market share as well, couldn't it, to the likes of Solana?
That's true, but when you see like the JP Morgan stablecoin, it's being built on Ethereum.
Right.
Robinhood is building their tokenizing business on Ethereum. So as what they call a layer one, Ethereum is like the preferred choice for Wall Street. It already is more than 60% of all the tokenized real world assets, and I think that share is growing. If stablecoins grow to over 2 trillion, as Treasury Secretary Bessent predicts, that's an exponential usage of Ethereum and the Ethereum token. So It's really positive for Ethereum. And incidentally, the Circle trades at around 100 times EBITDA.
I think there's a plausible argument, which Elon also believes, that robotics is going to be the biggest industry in the history of the planet. It's going to be gigantic. There's going to be billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of robots of all shapes, sizes, descriptions running around doing all kinds of things. Those robots need to get designed and built. My view is, we don't try to get the old manufacturing jobs back. What we should do is lean hard into the manufacturing jobs of the future, which is designing and building all of these new things. By the way, which includes drones and cars, right, and robots. We shouldn't be building manufacturing lines that have people sitting on a rubber mat for 10 hours screwing screws in by hand, but we should be building, what Elon calls them alien dreadnought factories, right, which is like these super sophisticated factories with like tons of robotics. But you can imagine thousands and thousands of different categories of industrial production that have to happen all across the US in order to make this happen, and would cause just like enormous economic growth throughout the country. We get a huge payoff from all the tech investment that the coasts are making, but we generate many tens or hundreds of millions of jobs in the countryside. And then the US would lead. It would be, be the third industrial or fourth industrial revolution. We would lead in the development of all these new things. And then you get to the national security side of this, which is if you don't do this, you're living in a world of Chinese robots everywhere.
I'll say this boldly. We're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The U.S. is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten. And more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto make a strong move up yesterday. Over 2.42 billion shorts liquidated. As I'm doing this video, though, we are pulling back. Don't forget, we have options today. We also have the stock market pulling back. Only thing you have to do is see the rhetoric from Trump and then also look at yields. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are steady climbing up. We have the dollar slightly up. We have volume in crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 183 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer in order to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And we have the Fed meeting at the end of the month. And most likely they're not going to make a move until September. Because in September, we should definitely see a weaker labor market. And then also, guys, don't forget that we have to refinance close to $10 trillion. And Trump stated that he was going to direct the Treasury just to kick it out short term, refinance it short term until we can get yield rates down. But either way, that's going to weigh on the economy. And then also these tariffs are going to weigh on the economy. And that's the reason why I said liquidity is going to shrink going towards the end of the year. Because remember, a lot of these corporations front ran these tariffs. That's the reason why we're not feeling a big effect. At the end of the year going forward, inflation is going to rise. And Jerome Powell already told us that. But by the time it gets real sticky, Jerome Powell will be riding off in the sun. Remember, he leaves May of next year. And plus, at the end of the year, we always get some type of entertainment. And remember, the Cryptoteacher tells you. And we have the Treasury Department and the IRS remove controversial crypto broker tax rule requiring non-custodial service providers to file customer transaction info. And how quickly things have changed with what, guys? The stroke of a pen. And since Trump has been in office with that pen, he's been leading this fourth industrial revolution right along. And the people have no clue. You can't make this stuff up. But the fact is, the masses stay distracted on things that don't matter. And by the time they wake up, the robots, algorithms, and drones would have taken over this economy. And they'll be going into the virtual world getting that free money. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now are slightly up. And we had Bitcoin and Ethereum saw a second biggest day of inflows ever. And I want to make sure that you understand why we moved up. Make sure you're paying attention to the inflows and outflows, because they had over 1.17 billion for Bitcoin and 383 million for Ethereum. And that was one day. So at the end of the month, guys, don't be surprised that we have big outflows. And remember, the Cryptoteacher tells you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Robinhood launches ETH and Solana staking in the U.S. And what do I teach you guys? Make sure you're following the money. But staking is just like dividends. It's all about timing. When you're buying the stock, when you're buying the crypto, and are you in it for the long haul? Now we have Xrp Link buys 10,000 ETH directly from Ethereum Foundation and lifting value of Treasury to over 558 million. And now Ethereum is being bought like Bitcoin, and Ethereum has a lot of upside, and we know the power of that ecosystem. We know the big banks have their hands all over Ethereum. And remember, the Cryptoteacher tells you. And then lastly, we have Peter Schiff says it's time to sell Bitcoin at the all-time highs and buy silver. And like I tell you all the time, you want to be diversified. It doesn't matter which crypto, Bitcoin, gold, silver, or Ethereum. You should definitely have a strategy, but then also stay diversified. But do I see Bitcoin going to this 150, 250 by the end of this year? There is a lot of hurdles in front of the markets, not just Bitcoin, but in front of the markets. And like I stated, we have the Fed, we have 10 trillion that needs to be refinanced, we have the tariffs. And that means that markets will pull back unless we have the Treasury, Scott Bessent, use these stable coins. If we get the stablecoin bill approved in order to manipulate this long end on the Treasury market, that's the only way I see us blasting off this year. And then also, don't forget, it's time to build. They need to pull this money out the market in order to build this fourth industrial revolution. Don't forget to go. We've seen this movie plenty of times. And those who can hold on get rewarded at the end. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.